Well, hello, Quest. Good to see you. Here we are at the end of September, headed into October. It's quite a time during this season. We've had incredible weather, but obviously we keep in mind all of those who are on the southeast in Florida and now South Carolina and the other areas of that part of our country that are going through really very difficult things. And so let's be praying for them, sending help if we can, do whatever it might take to help people who are suffering. So, but I want to talk just briefly this morning about what we're going to be doing here in the next month here at Quest. Now, I want to remind you on October 8th, we have this New City Fellowship Rally Day where we're trying to get as many of us, 40, 50 of us, to go and be down in the city and help in a city that's really struggling. And we can maybe be at least a small blessing for a day in helping with some things to express how we can build a bridge between the county and the city, and even racially be able to build some bridges. So that's what we want to be all about. But starting on Sunday, we're going to do a 5-week series that we're calling Kingdom Life. So it'll be part of our series that we've been doing out of the Gospel of Matthew, which is really a book all about discipleship. It's all about what does it look like, what does it mean, what does it feel like to be a follower of Jesus, to be a surrendered follower of the glorious Christ. If he really was who he said he was, if he really did live, really did die, really did rise from the dead, and ascended into heaven and is coming back, if all those things are true, and that's what the scriptures teach, but if you buy that, then life really matters. And therefore, what Matthew is kind of revealing about what Jesus did in his ministry and his life and what he taught us, in all those realities, it really matters in our life. And so this particular section, 5 weeks long, out of the 18th chapter of Matthew, is going to be what we call Kingdom Life. So the reality is we live in an incredibly fractured world. Genesis chapter 3. And the rest of the Bible is all about the transformation and the restoring of a fractured world. And not just fractured out there, kind of everybody else, but fractured even in here, every individual, every family, every marriage, every culture. And even nature itself has been fractured. It's been broken. It's not what it's supposed to be. And so this is a whole restoration. And so one of the things he wants to restore is the way we relate to each other. And so in this chapter, Jesus is going to take 4 or 5 things and address them as to how to restore the fracturedness of relationships inside this thing called the people of God, or inside the city of God, or inside what it means to be in the body of Christ, inside the church, the gathering of the believers. And so he's going to give us some things to really wrestle with. And I think this is going to be really important because it's really core, it's really real, it's really about our life. It's about this thing called being a Christian. It's about this thing being the church, about being the people of God. And so it's really, really important. So I hope you look forward to these weeks together and wrestling with the issues, because they are going to cut to the core of who we are as people. All right? Now, I think it's going to be fun and it's going to be great, but it won't be easy. Okay? But we don't really want it to be easy, do we? We need it to be real. We need it to get down to the nitty-gritty, down to where we really live, and how we might respond, and how we might give ourselves to whatever that is that Jesus is calling us to. All right? So that's short and sweet, but that's where we're going. Come on the journey with us, okay? All right. See you in a few days.